Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the channel, and I just wanted to thank you all for the amazing support you guys have given me on my last two videos. In this video, I wanted to give newcomers to the Ninjago franchise some insight on the history of Ninjago Dragons Rising and leaks. Specifically, the Part 2 curse. I also wanted to give newcomers my experience with leaks about the show and how they all happened. So let's start at the very beginning. So after the end of Crystallized, Ninjago fans eagerly waited to see what the next Ninjago story would eventually be. So when LEGO announced that Ninjago was being aired on Netflix and would have a different schedule opposed to weekly episodes, that being seasons being split into two parts, so basically the first part of 10 episodes would be released in the first half of the year, and the second half of 10 episodes would be released in the second part of the year. People were quite skeptical since the weekly airing schedule had worked great for the show. So eventually Dragons Rising Season 1 Part 1 came out, and there were literally no leaks at all. No episodes, no set leaks, nothing. This was a good sign in many people's eyes. It meant that Ninjago Dragons Rising wouldn't have the same leak problem as its predecessor, Masters of Ninjutsu, did. But that was sadly far from the truth. After Part 1, Ninjago fans eagerly waited a trailer or a release date, or literally anything. The first ever trailer was released on September 5th, and the confirmed release date was October 12th. Not too far away. Ninjago fans were so hyped for this release. However, up until this point, some Korean network was streaming episodes 11 to 14. Fortunately, it wasn't a big thing and barely anybody knew about it, and LEGO luckily took it down before it got noticed. I don't think you understand how small this leak was. I didn't know about it. Ninjago YouTube didn't know about it. No one knew about it. But for some reason, this was just left out in the open. I don't know. Well, everything seemed fine, I guess, until on September 27th. Disney Plus India had accidentally released episodes 11 to 15. And unfortunately, it started right there. The episodes were online for over a week before LEGO took them all down. But that was also a warning. The Ninjago Dragons Rising's airing schedule was not as perfect as it seemed. And I'm not exaggerating when I say the Part 2 curse started right here. Now cut to July of 2024. Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 1 had already aired, and people were getting excited for Part 2. On July 24th, the teaser trailer for Part 2 was released, and it got people even more hyped. Considering the first Shatterspin issue was released that day as well, the Ninjago community had hit new highs. But then, not even 12 hours later, in the early morning of July 25th, a streaming service called Peacock had released all of Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 2 Part 2 over 3 months early. The Part 2 curse had struck again. And I mean this when I say it. The Ninjago community was an absolute shambles. And the months following were miserable. The leak had created a huge content drought and left Ninjago fans with nothing for over 7 months. Until eventually, Ninjago Dragons Rising Season 3 Part 1 came out on April 17th. The Ninjago community had finally caught a break after months of scrambling for content. But it doesn't even end there. Because literally a week later, Roku TV had leaked episodes 11 to 14 of Season 3 Part 2. The Part 2 curse had struck yet again, what can I say? We thought that was it, until literally the next day, when the next 4 episodes had leaked again from Roku. But then, a few months later, on August 25th, the final 2 episodes leaked. It was over. And there is no telling if the part 2 cursed will ever rest. And in total, after 3 years, 25 of the 60 Dragons Rising episodes have been leaked early. What the heck are we doing, LEGO? It astounds me that Ninjago, an IP, your biggest IP ever, has leaked this much. LEGO seriously needs to get a grip. Like, they announced Netflix was the home of Ninjago now. Keep it on Netflix instead of giving it to these other random streaming services. I have no idea what makes LEGO do this. It's so confusing. It's honestly, Okay, enough rage baiting. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.